Hey everyone, it's Mari Clarke. I'm here today for Honeybee Stamps, and I'm going to be creating this gatefold card that you see on the screen. I am going to be using the Hugs and Close stamp set. This is a really fun stamp set that could be used to stamp on your envelopes or to create a card like I'm going to be doing today. There's a bunch of different sentiments and text and images that are part of that set, and there's also a coordinating die set that cuts out the happy mail and the little envelopes and then all of the other little text sentiments that are part of the stamp set. So very, very cool. Love that there's a coordinating die set. I'm going to also be using the Sealed with a Kiss stamp and die set. Love this. I think this is adorable. Love those lips. I think they're super cool. Very cute for Valentine cards or a love card of any type. Lots of different ways you could use those lips, actually. I am going to start off here with a piece of 80-pound Neenah cardstock. This is cut to 11 by 5.5. I'm going to score it at 2.75 in from each end, and that's going to give me a 5.5 by 5.5 square card. That's going to be my gatefold. So you can just see I'm scoring it there at 2.75. I will go ahead and fold that at those fold spots that I have scored and show you how I am going to go ahead and create my gatefold card in that way. So a gatefold card is just a card that opens in the center. In the front of the card, kind of like a gate, and it's just kind of something different. I think it's kind of cool, and I'm going to be using a belly band today to keep my card closed, and I'll show you how I made that belly band today as well. So here you can just see slowly getting that folded up, and there it is. Now, before I go ahead and stamp on the front of this with my Hugs and Close stamp, I want to just go ahead and take some repositionable adhesive. So this is really easily removable adhesive here. Just going to use that to keep this closed, and I'm also going to use that to keep my card stuck to my MISTI. I'm actually using the MISTI corners there to position this onto my MISTI, and then I'm going to it's going to be stuck to the MISTI, and I'm going to be able to ink up the stamp that I already have positioned on the door of the MISTI, swing that over once it's inked up, and stamp that large image over top of my gatefold front. So you can just see how I got that image stamped onto the front of my gatefold. Now I'm going to be using my Faber-Castell Polychromos in a bunch of different colors to color in the hearts on those envelopes. I'm just using a combination of reds and pinks and purples. And you can see there that I've colored in all of those tiny little hearts that are part of that stamp set. This is the Paper Hugs stamp set, and I just wanted to show you that because I'm using the coordinating dies for Paper Hugs. I'm actually just using one of the heart dies that's part of that set to create my belly band. Now for my belly band, I just cut a strip of red cardstock, and it's folded to match up with the folds on my gatefold card here. And I'm just going to go ahead and use that Paper Hugs die, that heart die, to embellish the front of my belly band. So I've cut that heart from some paper from the Love Letters collection. This is the Love Letters paper pad. Obviously, it's a 6x6 pad that has just some really fantastic papers. And I really like this one. I thought it was super cute. It's got the hugs and kisses on it. And I am going to use that to embellish the front, but I'm also going to use a Sealed with a Kiss stamp and die set as well. So I'm going to stamp out those lips with some really, really bright pink VersaFine Clair ink. I think this is just really pretty and vibrant, and it's really, really sharp and stunning on the front of the card. I like how it turns out. And so I'm just going to go ahead and stamp that onto some Neenah cardstock in my mini MISTI here. And once I have that stamped out, I'm using this, like I said, the VersaFine Clair ink, which is a slower drying ink. And you can go ahead and you can heat emboss with that. So I've got some clear embossing powder that I'm just going to put on those lips. I'm going to melt that embossing powder with my heat tool. And then I'm going to cut out those lips with a coordinating die and use that as an embellishment for that Paper Hugs heart that I have cut out for my belly band. So I'm just going to center that on the piece here, and I'm going to stick that down with a little bit of washi tape and run that through my cutting machine. And there you can see I've got that all ready to go. I have it popped up on some foam adhesive, and that is going to be how I complete that belly band. I wanted to just go ahead and round the corners on my gatefold piece here. So I'm going to use my corner rounder there. I think that just adds a little bit of extra pizzazz to that gatefold. And here you can just see how I'm going to show you how this belly band is going to work. Just going to slide that on there, and it's going to keep my card closed. So I love a belly band. I think it's just something extra special, a little bit different and interesting. So now that I've got that all created, I actually wanted to just jazz it up a little bit by running it through my embossing folder that's got the little Swiss dot on it. It just adds a bit of texture. Now this is the Will You Be My stamp and coordinating die set from the Love Letters release. And I want to use that to stamp out a sentiment for the inside of my card. And I'm going to do that with that same bright pink ink that I used for the lips. I'm going to heat emboss this as well. So I'm going to use that same clear embossing powder, and I'm going to melt that. And then I'm going to use a coordinating die for the Will You Be My sentiment. And just see me here finishing up the heat embossing. And now that's all ready to go. So this is the coordinating die for that sentiment, which I love that there's a coordinating die for that. I think it just makes it super easy to make a cool little die cut for your sentiment. Now this is another piece of paper from the Love Letters paper pad. I'm going to finish off the inside of my card with that paper, and I'm going to pop up the sentiment for the inside there on some foam adhesive. And that will be almost everything that I put on the inside of the card. I actually end up using another Stampin' Die there a little bit later. Now I want to use a variety of different colors of pinks and purples and reds of stickles to just add to those little hearts on the outside. I actually end up taking the belly band off so that I can get this stickles on all of the whole parts of the gatefold here. So there you can see that's all finished, and it just adds a little bit more detail and sparkle to the front. And there you can just see I also added that little row of hearts to the inside of my card, and that is also from the Will You Be My stamp set, and that has a coordinating die as well. So I have that all stamped and embossed and added to the inside of my card. So the inside of my card is complete. I really like how that looks. And actually my whole card is now finished. So I'm just going to slide that belly band so you can see how that's finished up. Please make sure you check the description box below for links to all of the products that I used today for my project. Don't forget to check out Honeybee Stamps in all of the different social media platforms, and make sure that you like and subscribe to this channel. And thank you so much for stopping by. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.